Boom, it's John Crump live, and John Crump isn't here, but we're live. So, Flying Rich standing in for John Crump today, and I guess my stand-in for me is going to be Deal D After Dark.
What's
Dark, you
up?
got a show tonight. Who's going to be on?
Well, it's interesting that you say that because originally I was going to have Clint with
Uh-oh.
Classic Firearms come on tonight, but some things came up, so he had to move it to Thursday. So we'll still be doing the
Oh.
show tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, and Clint with Classic Firearms will also be coming on the show this coming up Thursday.
Oh, cool, cool. Yeah, Clint's a good guy. It was your show with Clint was a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude, I had a blast. He is a wealth of knowledge, and also just he's just one of us. A lot of times when you see the internet, that kind of makes us think that these dudes are celebrities, but when you really have a down to earth conversation with them, they're just one of us. They're just one of the guys.
So, believe it or not, so this year's, which it was January 2023, seems like a year ago, SHOT Show, I ate breakfast with Clint and the crew one morning. Like, I just barged in. I didn't say, I'm like, hey, is this chair empty? Okay, bye. Yeah, as I sat down.
Of course.
And also Hickok 45. I sat right next to Hickok 45 and ate breakfast one morning. I didn't say anything to him because I didn't want to be like, oh, hey, how are you? I didn't want to ham it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want it too fan. But as soon as he stood up from breakfast, boom, a line formed, and people were like talking to him and getting photos and stuff like that. But speaking of SHOT Show, and we're not sure if they're going. We know they're not going to the convention. I have a 3-pack of Florida Man, and I want to bring the 2A boys and their dad on. So introduce who's who here.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Welcome.
Well, I'm Keith, the 2A dad, and this is Grant and James.
Hey.
Yep.
What's
And
up, fellas?
I got to meet Grant and James at Iraq Veteran, and they shot the 50 cal over here.
That's right.
And I was like, wow, look at them go. It's funny. Some adults get all like, actually, I don't want to name names, but I have a Florida man friend that doesn't want to shoot a 50.
Well, this little guy who's got to run around in the shower to get wet, I ain't afraid of. And we've actually turned some heads, obviously, but changed some attitudes with people with the 50 cows. We'll be at a range day, and Grant walks up, says, I want to shoot it. And you see eyes get real big and hesitant. And I just say, just set it on the ground for him, let him crawl behind it, and he can take it from there.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
All right, I want to know, Crack Scout Survival saying, little kids, I have to behave this stream. Is he calling, is that for me? Is that
I think it's for him? Yeah, we typically this show is family friendly, I would say. So ish, yeah. Yeah. We'll of course we'll keep it clean, Nice. So go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, no, I was like Florida. I think Keith and I talked for more than an hour, just Florida man stuff. We talked everything from guns, Bible, you name it. It was a lot of fun. Had a great conversation.
Great time.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I saw you guys there. I didn't get to actually come up and introduce myself, but the first thing I noticed was that all of you guys were in good kit, very high quality stuff, by the way. But also the way that you guys operate around firearms is a very respectful way. Muzzle discipline, your awareness, because I was seeing some things that didn't exactly excite me when I was there
with adults.
with adults. So seeing you guys do that, it gives me, a little bit of courage. I have a little bit of, so I have a 6-year-old daughter. She's almost 7, and she's
Okay.
wanting to get, into firearms as well. And, it's giving me some encouragement that, she can do the same thing and, be safe. So I appreciate what
Good.
you guys are doing.
Good. Well, that's what we're trying to show is just encourage people to get out there and do it. We first thing is safety is what we push, and extra emphasize on safety because we know how many eyes are on them.
Oh, for sure.
And then the compliments that we get from the RSOs just emphasize that we're doing right. When our RSO comes up to us and says, "Hey, your boys are top notch. They're safer than most of the guys out here," and that tells us that we're doing something right there.
So now, are your boys competing? Is there a league that they can compete in?
We've shot some speed steel, but they're not currently competing. We're making cool content, and shooting the guns of grown men's dreams. We've we've made some relationships through this that have given them opportunities to run some of this stuff, like Batcave Ballistics, and there's a couple other guys around here. Q Culture, GK Arms and SWAT. He's down this way. He's got that MG42 that you've seen them both running, and it's just we've met people. Hey, Christy.
Hey.
Hey, Christy.
So it's just it blows us away, just what the opportunities that these kids have had handed to them through what we're doing here.
All right, can we do? Let's see, 2A lightning round. Grant, who said a 9mm will rip the lung completely out of the body?
Biden.
And what would a 9mm do to a lung in a body?
What? Zip right through it like it's not even there. Yeah.
Now, is that for
if the show that
Full
we
Metal
did
Jacket?
last night, the show we did last night was absolutely proof of that. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So, Dark, John, and I do a show on Rumble called Uncensored, and just stuff you can't do, say, or show on YouTube because you'd lose your channel. And it's not that far. I mean, all right, so last night, some of the pics were a little, they weren't awful, but a guy got shot through his hand, it went in his shoulder, ricocheted off his collarbone, and then went back at his chest, lodged in his lung after nicking his esophagus.
Yeah.
So it put 3 different holes in him.
5.
Yeah,
with
5
out.
That was 9mm Full Metal Jacket.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like the JFK bullet, man. It was crazy. It was just ding, 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 like a pinball.
Yep.
Well, it was a good learning opportunity, though.
James shot a deer Thanksgiving weekend with his 243, and that he hit it. Was it the right side?
It was right in front of the shoulder, and it went in. It must have hit the other shoulder blade, and it bounced around, and it tried to come out the same side it went in.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, bullets do some crazy things.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can never anticipate. You can take a shot in the dark, no pun intended, to guess, but man, you never really know what bullets are going to do.
No. Once they leave the muzzle, that's up to them.
Yep. Yeah, the thing can pinball around.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in your lightning round, Rich. You can go ahead.
No. Let's see. Who said all you need is a shotgun and just fired 2 blasts in the air?
Biden.
Huh.
And have you ever shot a ballistic torso with a shotgun?
Actually, no.
It will actually take the lung out of the body.
I was going to say it's probably the only common household firearm that would remove the lungs.
Yeah.
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 Do you think he was confused when he said 9 mil? Maybe he was thinking 12 gauge. You know.
Yeah.
He's always
Ain't no
confused.
telling.
Yeah.
There, nothing surprises me.
Yeah. So, and I love the mythology about 5.56 about AR-15s. Do all the boys shoot AR-15s?
They
Yeah.
do.
I mean, I know you shot a 50 cal,
Yeah.
and a lot of people would be scared to do that. But that one reporter, did you see that guy saying like, well, I got PTSD from shooting AR-15. It was like a bazooka going off, and
What?
then the army. What was the guy? He was like was he an army general or whatever? And he said, "Now I'm going to shoot this fully semi-automatic," and he just like magged up.
Fully
And
semi-automatic.
I'm like,
Fully semi-auto, huh?
Yeah. These are people that have no idea what they're talking about. Also, I will say that Joe Biden broke the law when he stood with that polymer 80 in
the
Washington,
polymer 80 at the
DC.
White House.
Yeah. But who am I kidding with? So believe it or not, the show isn't all about our current sitting, likely laying down vice president, but
Taking a nap.
for the people out there that don't know who you guys are, what would be like your introduction of who you guys are, what you guys do, and why you guys do it? I know you kind of briefly touched on this, but just for the people that just joined us.
Well, we're the 2A boys. These are the 2A boys. I'm just dad. This all started, they both started probably shooting BB guns and 22s, 4 and 5 years old, in the woods with me. I've been around firearms my whole life. I come from a hunting and sporting background. My whole family hunts. I shot competition in high school with the Police Explorers, and have just always guns have been common to my family my whole life. My wife the same way. She was raised in a firearm family.
Nice.
I don't know that I'd want candy out of Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
little
that's-
girl, want some candy?
Yeah.
That's cotton
Oh,
candy.
wait. All right, I think Christy's lying to us because he didn't sniff you first.
Yeah.
I
that-
mean,
did
wouldn't
you?
he? I
Did
think
you
she's making stories up.
Did you unexpectedly fall asleep afterwards? Did you wake up in your car a couple hours
Ooh.
later? Oh,
No, it was Biden, not Bill Cosby.
oh my God.
He'd trick you. He'd give you the cotton candy and say, "Hey, here's some cotton candy if I can sniff you."
Yeah. That's yeah.
Oh shoot!
You remembered my smell from last year. Wow, creepy.
Oh,
So
Christy.
when it comes to carrying a gun and EDC, I know Dad, you likely carry, right? What's your everyday carry?
I carry a Springfield Hellcat Pro.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's
All
my everyday, and then some days I'll carry a Shadow Systems DR920.
Nice.
Where's yours, Dark? Where is it?
It should be right back there. It's you can't handle them on YouTube live streams, but I got the XR920C back there.
Cool.
It's a good gun, man. It's a
Yep.
good gun.
Yep. I like that one. I run the firearms program with our church safety team.
Nice.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's actually one of the reasons I got the XR920C was for the new. Even though it's not like I don't have enough Glocks laying around, but I will be joining the church security team soon, so I'm pumped about that.
Cool.
So
now, where do you live, Dark?
I'm in Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, Northern Virginia. It's the most liberal area that used to be conservative and rural when I grew up.
Yeah.
And it just totally shifted. It's kind of bizarre. Yeah, it's weird, but it's really the top of Virginia at the point where there's like a little boot. It's just all blue, and then the rest of Virginia is completely red.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting. Now,
so if you want to get back to our story,
yeah, please.
So where the 2A boys started was about 2 years ago. The 2A mom said, "Hey, do you know anybody that works with kids? Let's see about getting James some shooting instruction with pistol." I had met a guy at a political event and got talking to him, figured out he was a firearms instructor and he worked with kids. So we stayed in touch. And it came time for James's birthday, and we bought him 12, I think it was 12 weeks of firearms lessons, 2 hours.
Oh, cool.
A deal. And so I took him to the first one, and he did well. He pretty much knew all the safety. And that first 2 hour session quickly turned to, hey, Grant needs to get involved. And then it turned to, hey, these kids need battle belts and plate carriers.
Yeah.
And then it turned to those 2 hour sessions turned into them spending all day there working on the range and training and becoming a part of that range. I mean, they learned the operations. They learned they were undercover RSOs, I guess you could say, because they've called out some safety issues and people respect them. And then it turned into me helping. They'd be down there all day on Tuesdays. I'd take them down on Saturdays. We'd spend the whole day down there. I started assisting with training people and beginners and doing concealed carry classes, and it grew and grew. And then we decided to start showing the world. Their instructor said that, y'all should start social media and show the world what these kids are capable of, because anybody around them just sees the passion they have for learning this skill. It's a life skill.
Yeah.
And it just what's crazy is when we talk to people, this is normal life for us.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing unusual to us about what we do. But when somebody else that's not used to being around firearms, it's extraordinary to them.
Yeah. Have people ever like accused you guys of like brainwashing the kids, or like I could see people of opposing beliefs saying that what you guys are doing is in some way bad or morally wrong, when all of us see it as good, positive, and healthy.
Yeah. We get the occasional troll on our social media.
Yeah.
Within our circle, we don't have any problems or any naysayers.
That's good.
Personally, I'm just excited. I'm like, yeah, all kids should be like this. This is how it should be. And I guess while I was thinking that, I was like, wow, what do they say at school?
Well, we homeschool, so
more power to you.
We don't have a problem in school. James is in 9th grade. Yeah, it's part of our curriculum. I mean, really, the range days were phys ed.
That's awesome.
So what do friends, your boys' age think about what's going on? Are they jealous? Are they excited? How's that work?
They like
most
it.
of my friends came from the range.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And they do it. They want to get into it, and they want to do it.
Oh, that's exciting.
That's awesome.
And most of them are over the age of 40.
Yeah. They're pretty well-grown men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Grant's birthday is here in a week or so.
Yeah.
And we call people to have them come to his birthday party. And I'm calling grown men and say, I know it's right close to Christmas, and we understand if you've got other things going, but here's the deal. Here's what we're doing. And every one of them says, "I'll be there. I will. I
Nice.
will not miss it."
What are you guys doing for your birthday?
Having a
We're
campfire.
gonna have a fire here.
We always do a
Yeah.
big bonfire in the yard and
Nice.
throw a pot of venison chili on the stove and just hang out.
Oh, cool.
Most of the
Nice.
time, it's chilly enough to eat good
Mhm.
hearty chili.
Yeah.
So
That's
So
awesome.
you're north of Orlando, right?
yeah, about an hour north.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So when you guys get and I wondered this when I first saw you guys. I first saw you guys on I think I saw you on Instagram first. Then I saw you guys in person from a distance at IV88, and then I finally followed you guys. And by the way, thank you for the follow on Instagram. That was awesome. And then I started kind of looking through all your content, and one of the questions that popped in my mind when you start to take like training seriously, like you said, that's when like the battle belts and the plate carriers and all the other kind of stuff comes into play.
Mhm.
Do they make youth focused kit, or is it kit that is just kind of scaled down? Is this like regular like Blue Force and Shellback, or like where do you guys get kit, and is it youth specific or no?
Well, James's kit is he runs that core battle belt that
Okay.
you cut to length, and he's
Mhm.
about to run out of the clicks on it. We're
He's on the last click.
Yeah, he's on the last click.
Yeah.
His plate carrier is the high speed gear, the slick carrier. And
Nice.
He's got soft plates in it,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
so it's not heavy. And then we put their mag carriers on it. Grant, on the other hand, his belt was
a concealed
EDC.
carry.
Yeah, it's a EDC belt that I cut to length. It was just a cheap Amazon EDC belt that I cut to length for him, and I slid all the components onto it.
Nice.
So,
That's
and
awesome.
his plate carrier is actually one that was I guess you could call it a hand-me-down from one of their instructors' other students.
Oh,
Oh
cool.
wow.
I think it's like the steel side plates that they sewed into a carrier. So
Nice.
it was a custom deal because I mean this little guy. What do you weigh? 50 pounds?
Yeah.
63.
Is it that?
Yeah. It's not much.
You've eaten your Wheaties.
Yeah. That's awesome. So, what's the most notable guns that you two have fired? Like, what sticks with you the most? What's the coolest?
Probably the
M60.
MG42.
M60.
Yeah.
They like the belt feds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool. Yeah.
the best kind of fed is a belt
Did
fed.
you see him at Iraq Vet when he was dragging the M60 out to the line? I think the stock was dragging the ground.
No,
No, I didn't see that.
It was
That's
down
cool.
there by Moss Pond, and he's
Uh-huh.
dragging that thing. I mean, it weighs 10 pounds less than he does,
Yeah,
but he's going with it.
that's awesome.
He was trying to get there before they did one of the Mad Minutes,
Mhm,
and he's got a line of grown men following behind him with ammo, and he slams that thing down. He points at, "Load it now,"
That's awesome.
because he was going.
So, what about y'all's rifles? What are your go-to rifles? Did you guys buy them, build them, assemble them?
We just got rifles built by
We had the-
T6, so those are our main rifles now. But before we had, what did we do?
You had
What
your
was mine?
custom built.
He's got a Arrow Precision build
Yeah.
that we had done for him.
Nice.
It's got AR pistol with the brace on it. I think 10.5 barrel
Okay.
and decent trigger in it. That was
There's a muscle.
we got that for him right after he started in his training, and then
Nice.
Grant started with the little
Smith & Wesson 15.
the M&P 15 that
Okay,
little
yeah.
two.
Yeah.
And he's since moved into into AR.
Nice.
He got bored with the 22.
I was gonna say, do you recommend kids start with a 22 LR or just go straight 5.56?
I mean, it's preference. I think if they've never handled a firearm before, 22 is probably good because it's quiet. It doesn't have the concussion that the short barrel 5.56s have,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and they can learn the fundamentals with the 22s. They both started their pistols was the Ruger SR22 pistol.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
And Grant just now is starting to carry a SIG 365 XL.
Ah, all right. So he's carrying a bigger SIG than I do.
Yeah. And that was a hand me down from his brother.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
His brother's carrying a Prodigy now, the 2011.
Ooh.
Aha, nice.
How do you like that?
It's nice.
Yeah.
He's hit rung plates at 200 yards with it.
Woo!
And what caliber is that in?
9
That's-
9mm.
Yeah.
9mm.
Yeah. Did you get the 4-inch or 5-inch or 400
It's the shorter one.
shorter one? Nice.
Yeah.
And is it running all like 115, 124 reliably?
It's picky. It can be kind of picky, but it's been running good lately.
Okay.
But when we first got it, it was kind of picky and it wasn't worn in that good.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
So it
But
just needs a little
after-
break in.
Yeah, I
After-
had a little break-in period.
Yeah.
And we were this past weekend we were shooting some remands and he was having some forced malfunction drills.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
But
though.
everybody needs that. We don't train that enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You can go ahead and Rich. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah,
jump in and
no,
take
it's
over.
all good. Good questions. I'm like, you're asking some of the questions I was going to ask. So, I guess, can you tell me about Florida laws? Now, I am a Florida man, and what you like about Florida and what you don't like about Florida.
I like everybody's saying we went to constitutional carry, which we know that's not what we went to. We went to permitless carry, concealed carry.
Yeah.
When people ask me about that, I tell them you should have your permit either way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because of the advantages. I mean, it keeps you from exempts you from the 3-day wait.
Right.
You can carry if you're going to carry out of state with our Florida permit. How many states is it? It's quite a few.
It's a stink load. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, all the commie states don't recognize it. So all of the Northeast and the West Coast.
Yeah, minus New Hampshire and Vermont.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we drive to New Hampshire every summer, and when I make sure we don't have to stop when we go through New York.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which that's so crazy, and I'm a refugee from New York, so yeah, I know all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You actually recently cut all your ties with New York.
Yep.
That's right. You told me you sold a place.
Yeah. It was a year ago, a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good riddance. You guys are destroying your own stuff, and okay. But what ticks me off about Florida is one of the 4 states in the country that you're not allowed to open carry. So it's Florida, Hawaii. I don't know if it's like California and Oregon, but it's stupid. So do you guys know when you can open carry in Florida?
No.
I know. You don't know when you're at the range?
Yeah.
When you're participating to or from going to the range, hunting and fishing, camping.
Right.
There you
Right.
go.
Which there's Open Carry Florida, and I think the guy's Instagram is Solo Yacker, like he's a kayaker guy.
Okay.
And they'll actually call the police and they'll fax them the regulation, and then they'll go to a pier and fish with an AR-15 or whatever, and then the cops come and harass them.
Yeah.
Even though, because I used to watch him and I'm like, dude, why are you provoking the police?
Right.
But then I found out they actually call the police, fax them the regulation, say we're going to be here between this time and this time, and we're going to be open carrying and fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And they
but-
still give them a hard time at
Yeah,
times.
they still get harassed. I mean, and that fax, you don't know how far it gets down the line.
Yeah.
It might just stop where it comes off the machine and doesn't
Which,
pass along.
so for me, I do right now I'm mainly doing remote work, but when I was in the office, I would carry like an LCP2 just because it didn't print a whole lot. I'd carry that in my pocket, in a pocket holster.
Yeah.
And I pocket carry a 365, and I have a spare mag.
Mhm.
But I wish I could put a 10 mil on my hip. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish you could just wear your battle belt.
Yeah. I will say that there's a lot of things that are not great about Virginia. There's actually some things that are currently being proposed in Virginia that may cause 2019 V2.0. If you guys remember, there were like almost 30,000 people that showed up to the Richmond Capitol.
Yeah.
Full kit, peacefully. They even cleaned up after themselves. Very kind group of people. But every January, there's a lobby day where we go and, make sure that our voices are heard. And, that was HB 951. They were trying to pass an assault weapons ban. I'm still not sure what an assault weapon is, but
I hadn't figured that out either.
yeah, funny how that works, right? But this, to get back to you guys, I love what you're doing because you're really puncturing their narrative of danger and how these are terrible devices that and I really dislike hearing this. It is the number one leading cause of death in young adults. They don't say children, they don't specify the age because whatever way they're skewing the narrative.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. So you guys being able to poke holes in that narrative is great, and it's factual. People can actually see it, and it also encourages others to get involved and get their children involved as well.
Yeah, well, that's our main focus is encouraging others to do it. I get questioned sometime as to why we're doing this, and I compare it to I ask them if their kids have ever done martial arts,
Mm-hmm.
and compare it to that. I said, teaching your kid a martial art now, it's self-defense. It's teaching them discipline and a work ethic.
Yep.
And
Oh yeah.
the more they put into it and commit to it and commit the time to it, the more they're going to get out of it. And the quicker the more time, the quicker they will excel in it and become proficient in it.
Yeah.
So what we've done with these boys, I mean, they were 16 hours a week on the range for the last 2 years.
Wow.
And they love what they do. They have a passion for what they do. They work, they pour their heart and souls into doing it. When we're around the house, they're dry firing. We don't post the dry fire videos like a lot of people do.
The dry fire.
I think they're kind of boring looking at somebody.
Do you guys got a Mantis system or anything?
We do
like
have,
that?
we've got the Blackbeard X, and it.
Oh, nice.
It annoys Mama, the little click.
click, 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 click.
The click, 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 click.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, so I 3D printed. I don't have it here in my hand, but what I did is I 3D printed a floor plate for the SIG P365 for the Mantis to go on.
Yep.
And so my wife and I will be watching TV or whatever. We'll be using the Mantis, dry firing, and practicing.
That's cool.
Yeah, dry firing is imperative. It's paramount when you're looking at the development of skills.
Yeah, as long as you're doing it correctly, because you can dry fire yourself into a bad habit real quick.
We literally just brought this up on my show the other night. When you're on your own and you don't have a good coach or instructor, or you can very easily practice bad habits. And I've been a
Yes.
victim of that too. I practiced myself into I was so focused on my time for draw to first shot that I was only firing one shot for a very long time. And
And you know what gets me on some of the laser cartridges,
mhm,
um, if you're shooting them from a striker fired gun, you have to rack that gun.
yeah.
And I don't know how many people. I mean, I know myself. I was doing it for a while, and then I found myself, hey, I'm grabbing for that slide
Oh shoot!
Mm,
to after doing it too much, and I quit doing that.
that's a good point.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
use that all the time. Which probably is where some of the bad habits came from, because I'd be doing like a timer with a par time, and I would be like, all right, let me just get under 2 seconds. Let me just get under 1.75, under 1.5, under 1.25. And then, there is a have you guys heard of the dry fire mag for Glocks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gone to that. My brother went to that, but um, I switched to a my Beretta M9A3, which
Okay.
is double action,
Yeah.
but then you're practicing on a super heavy double action trigger, and it
Yeah.
doesn't give you the realistic. So I was just
Mhm.
like, I need
Mhm.
to get to the range more often. So
Yeah, I was doing that. I've got a Sig 229 that is double action,
nice, nice.
so it would I didn't have to rack.
Now, what about you, Dad? Do you have previous like law enforcement, military, or like you just kind of grew up in a family of guns, like you said?
And I was involved with the Police Explorers in high school. I've got a family full of law enforcement. My uncle, he was a captain on one of the local police departments, and all my cousins, his boys, were involved with it. And then I've got a cousin on the other side that's a deputy. Um,
Nice.
so through Police Explorers, I got a good taste. I mean, it was the post I was in was with the Customs Service, and our all our it was in an office of investigation. So all the advisors were special agents. So we got
Wow.
to see a lot of cool stuff. We got to that's how I got to shoot a lot of cool guns as a kid. As these guys' age, I mean, they bring out their MP5s and their Styrogs and M16s, all their duty guns, and they would
Nice.
let us play with them as long as we cleaned them.
So they were
works.
actually issued Steyr Augs?
Yeah.
Whoa. I know, Rich, you want to grab your AUG that's probably right at your
Oh.
feet right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
he
me
was
too.
he was showing us earlier.
Yeah, yeah. Ah,
The
nice.
only part I could show.
Yeah.
Yeah, which interestingly enough, well, we don't need to get into that. Yeah. If YouTube only knew. But yeah, no, that's cool. So what can you boys tell the viewers about gun safety? What are some of the rules for gun safety?
So you should always know what your target and what's beyond it.
Trigger discipline.
Yep.
Finger to
Beautiful.
frame.
Finger to frame. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
And one I don't see a lot of people doing this. Stool position.
Mm,
Keep your
okay.
gun right here, or
Yeah.
temple index.
Ooh, temple index. Look at you. That's
Mhm.
that's interesting. So
I see a lot of people just swinging it around down by their feet. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's like on Instagram.
That's kind of
Yeah.
old school too. Where did you guys learn temple index?
From our instructors.
Excellent.
Their
Do you know-
instructors they're combat vets and SWAT vets.
Nice.
Their main instructor, and then one of his buddies. He's just an expert in all things defense.
Yeah.
He's trained with a lot of the big names in the industry,
Yeah.
and
Those things are so vital. And in a situation where, like, let's say in the future, if you guys, and you may have already done some of this, but doing like CQB, where you're working with like a small unit, where you never know if it's a home defense situation, your small unit could be U3, right?
right.
Being able to use Sewell and Temple Index to keep your muzzle away from your people around you. You know, while people are moving, swimming in and out of a place, have like training to go to these different places to keep your muzzle at the ready and away from your friendlies is vital.
That's
And one day you'll kick back and be like, man, I didn't know that one day I would be using all these things in unison, you know?
Well, they do know, and they've done it, I mean, in training
That's awesome.
scenarios. I mean, they've trained with and next to some pretty serious operators, and
That's awesome.
and the guys have had full confidence in their abilities. I mean, when they're letting a 9-year-old shoot past their head, I mean, it says something.
Yeah, that's a huge deal.
Yeah.
That's really cool. You guys have a great advantage into this world.
It's been amazing, and it all stems from just being there and committing the time and just putting the passion into it, and they see that.
Yeah.
The influential people that we've met, and just see what the heart these kids have. It just they want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Because who knows where Grant's going to be in another 5 years in this industry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's exciting. That's what I'm like. Wow, what a head start. What a like boom. You're already on social media. You're promoting the sport. You're out there. You're going to events. Actually, you guys were at Pew Party. I actually didn't bump into that Pew Party. I was there also.
Yep.
So I think it's great that you go an Iraq veteran. I think it's great for everybody, adults, other kids, to see young people out there shooting. I mean, it's our heritage as Americans.
That's right.
I think the biggest problem, and we talked about this on the phone the other day, is the lack of familiarity with firearms, where you get congresswomen saying, well, an AR-15 weighs as much as 5 moving boxes and shoots a 50 caliber round.
Hey, Rich. It's 10 moving boxes.
10 moving boxes? No, I said that wrong. And these are the people that are making the laws about what we can and can't do, which I think is crazy. And
it is.
I think it's great that your boys are doing this, and your boys know more than this 50 or 60-year-old congresswoman about firearms, about AR-15s. You guys can field strip one, right?
Oh, yes.
And
with their
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you built one, right, over at Hyperion.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they the T6 rifles, they put together every pin and every spring. They assembled those guns.
That's awesome.
Yep.
And who was there? Was Scott and Jax there?
Yep, Scott and Jax were both there.
Yeah.
Is Jax watching?
Jax might be on.
Yeah.
I sent him the link.
Oh
There's
yeah.
someone-
Okay. Cool.
Is that Train to Fight LLC or is that someone else?
Is it?
No, that's one of our big followers. He's
Okay.
friends with Fred.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it was Sheila Jackson Lee who said that, or one of them. She walked into a room and there was just a firearm on the ground, and there was, one of these kids or my daughter, or I would put my money on your boys or my daughter any day before this 50, 60-year-old woman just to know what to do, or at least, I love seeing what you guys are doing, because that, that's contagious. It's going to pass around other people. And there are too many adults out there that have gotten away from the culture, which is the foundation of our country.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah.
One of the curriculum books that the boys use in homeschool, the history books, I was looking through it the other day, and there's British generals that were quoted saying, if it weren't for our sharpshooters taking them out, that we'd still be long live the king.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
But
Well,
it was
we'd be
the
Canada.
Virginia. It was the Virginia militiamen
Hmm.
in their buckskins climbing up in the trees
Yeah.
that had been out shooting squirrels the day before
Yeah.
that were taking
Oh, yeah.
out those British regulars.
Yeah. With their Sharps rifles, and man, the first paper cartridges, like the first standalone cartridges
Yeah.
ever. You
Yeah.
know, my great great grandfather fought in the Civil War, and I have his 1851 Colt Navy revolver over there.
Wow.
Wow.
It's been in my family for a
Yeah,
long,
That's
long time.
amazing.
Actually, Dark's seen it. I got one of my relatives was in the Civil War. I got a sword and a musket from him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's awesome. These boys at Iraq Vet, the guy that works for Moss Pond,
Mhm.
Kevin, is
Yeah.
that his name?
I
Yeah.
think
He's a big black powder guy and had
Oh
some,
yeah.
had an old cap and ball pistol
Yeah. Yeah.
from Civil War era.
Yeah.
These boys were shooting.
That's cool
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. I saw him. He was rocking around. I just remember seeing the huge plume of smoke. I was like, whoa, hold on. What's that?
he was up all night the night before casting bullets.
Oh, that's
Oh,
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Man.
went in, we stopped in their store on the way up, and he gave them a big history lesson
That's cool.
on all the black powder stuff.
That's really
So, what
cool.
events have the boys been to?
Well, Pew Party. There's a couple smaller events that were at the range that Pew Party was at, and then we went to Ashburn, Virginia, for the Guns Out TV event.
Black Rambo's birthday.
And yeah,
Oh,
Black
okay.
Rainbow's birthday.
You guys went to XCal?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's now.
Yeah.
That's where me and Crump are there all the time. I guess
Okay,
we just may have bumped elbows and just not seen each other.
that's right. Yeah,
That's
we
too
were
funny.
there. We came in Friday night for a little while,
Nice.
and then we're there all day Saturday.
Nice.
So that was what an amazing place that is.
Yeah, they were in the
Yeah.
Sebastian Gorka VIP crowd. I guess you weren't there, Dark.
Yeah, right.
We did. Sebastian Gorka, he follows Grant's page, I believe.
Nice.
I got chatting with him on the DMs one night after I saw him like one of Grant's videos.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, XCal is awesome. I've gotten to meet the owner. I'm a member of XCal and another local one here. I like
Okay.
to support both. You know,
Yeah.
I think if there's facilities in your area, you know, even though I'm certainly not like made of money, I like to kind of support anything that I can that is, you know, keeping, I guess, that foundational, you know, keeping firearms and the usage of firearms normal in my area. You know, I want
Yep.
to support them.
That's good. You know, we live here in Lake County, and two ranges in Lake County, our range that we are training at, and another one a little north of us have been shut down by the county here in the last 6 months.
Wow.
And then down in Polk County, just to the south of us, there's another real nice range getting shut down.
What? Grady
for-
Judd's county? That can't be right.
Yeah,
What were they shut down for? Manufactured.
developer issues. And here in Lake County, there conditional use permit issues that
Oh,
they're
shoot.
making up. And I bring that back. There's a third one in Lake County that hadn't even been allowed to open yet
Oh,
because
no.
Wow.
of conditional use permit issues.
You-
And the guy poured millions into it to build it.
Oh,
That's nuts.
man. You know, typically conditional use stuff is regarding like the zoning.
Yeah.
And counties, I mean, they just have to have one meeting and they can turn it
Mhm.
around on you like that.
Yep.
So I got to tell you a story. I meant to tell you this while we were talking on the phone the other day. Both my home range in Islip, New York, and Trey's range, Aries Armory, somebody went to the town or called the police and said, "I found this on my backyard." Can one of you boys tell me what's wrong with that?
Yeah, that they
Yeah.
didn't. That didn't come from the range. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
So I don't know how they got a hold of a bullet. I mean, do you go to a gun store, say, I'd like to buy a bullet?
A
You know,
round. Yeah.
yeah, yes, a round.
He talks
They
about that Aries range he talks about is only where that's 10 minutes from our place here.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a nice facility.
Yeah, nothing like I don't know who's running around throwing live ammo all over the place. I'll tell you what, one day
It may have fallen out of these boys' pockets because they walk everywhere. They've got some kind of round in their pocket.
you know,
Oh,
it's
that's
funny.
funny.
I
There's
literally
a pile on top of the washing machine.
I just found some loose rounds.
yeah.
You know, I don't know. It seems like that's kind of a manufactured thing. There's somebody made that up.
Had to be.
Yeah.
But I think people like that should go to jail. I mean, if you're going to bear false witness like that, it against somebody who, I mean, that's fine. You got a beef if you don't like noise or you don't like whatever. That's a fine. Go to the town and have it out. But if you're gonna just outright lie, say these bullets are coming over my fence every day, just like this,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a blatant
you should
lie.
go to jail.
Yeah.
And if that commission, if they've got a majority that actually believe that person,
Yeah, they believe that
Yeah.
bullets are
That's-
coming out of
that's
the
shut-
gun
that's it.
with the shell casing still attached.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Well, where was it? I saw a graphic recently.
There's
Like
So
they're showing a barrel like this on the graphic, with a full casing
Yeah,
coming out.
they don't get it. So Sully Gang Adventures TV says James and Grant are the best. I was there when James shot the 50 BMG standing up.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, when we were letting that 50 go, dudes' hats were flying off.
Oh,
from
my hat.
Your hat
like,
flew off. That's right.
Yeah, I was standing. Like if you're 45 degrees from the barrel, you're getting.
Yeah.
Poof.
yeah,
And-
your particular there was beating people to death.
Oh yeah. People were not happy. There were people to the right of us that were not happy. Right.
I've seen when someone's shooting a 50, the trick is get behind them.
That's
Straight
right.
behind them.
Because if you're anywhere in the blast radius but behind them, you're gonna feel it.
That's right. And I'm the guy trying to catch content of it.
So in the last just under 10 minutes here, let me ask you guys this: what's the number one firearm related Christmas gift that you guys would either want or recommend for other people out there that are shopping for their
what
kids, significant other, whatever?
what I would particularly want is a 308, but
Okay.
Well, what would
So bolt
somebody-
action, AR-10. What are we talking about?
a bolt action like the Q. The Q.
Ooh, the Q fix.
Yeah.
That thing is pretty sweet. Did you know that whole receiver is titanium? I had no idea. I just found that out the other
That's
day.
why it's so expensive.
That's why it's so high.
Bingo. That's why Jay the Shooter is the only dude that I know that actually owns one.
Uncle Jay.
Yeah, man, he's a
Uncle
good guy.
Jay helped put these boys on the map.
Yeah, he's a great dude. He's a friend of mine. He's local out here in Virginia too. He's
Yep.
a great guy.
He let James run that
Fly.
full auto deagle that he's got.
Oh,
He doesn't let
Nice.
everyone run that too, so that's a symbol of even more trust there as well.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He shot a couple rounds and then he eased him into a full mag.
Nice.
Sweet. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So you
that
want
was one of James's first big videos was him shooting that.
Yeah.
awesome. So you want a 308, like a bolt action 308. What about you guys?
What do you want, Grant?
I like the AKs. Josh
Okay.
was AK-47.
Ooh, very good taste.
Yep.
So what particular model AK?
M70, M92.
What's one to pull at?
I'm not sure. He's not big on the model numbers of the AKs
Yeah.
yet.
I'm already impressed because, and I'll tell you, if you guys can grab a Serbian AK at a reasonable cost, grab it now because they're not importing anymore.
Yep.
I bought when the first sanctions were placed on the Polish stuff. I bought a Polish, beautifully made Polish AK. It was a Century Arms import, but it was still. I mean, it is an excellent AK, and I bought it for like $500 or something like that, 550.
Back in the day.
Yeah, now oh man, all my AKs short of one Arsenal were like in the $300 to $500 range.
Yeah.
Now they're like $1,200. It's insane. So if you guys find one, pick one up.
Mike from Batcave Ballistics has got that milled AK, the milled receiver AK.
Nice.
It's just like butter.
Yeah. Yeah, they're super smooth.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Now, what about you, Dad? What's on your Christmas list?
What's on my Christmas list?
Make sure wifey is listening too, guys.
Ammo. Ammo. Because and my ammo ends up feeding these boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hearing 16 hours a day at the range. I'm like, ouch.
Yeah.
That there's a lot of work during that 16 hours a week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a week.
I mean, they were doing chores around the range and just watching people, and they're not shooting for those entire
okay, cool.
16 hours. But we try not to waste ammo. I push on them. We're over the mag dumps.
Yeah.
When we're training,
Why are you looking at me?
Because you're
when we're training, we're making every shot count.
Oh, cool.
So you should talk Santa into a reloading press. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
If we can find components.
Yeah,
right.
There's always an issue, either availability or price of ammo, or availability or price of components.
Well, and that's the dumb thing. When I looked at, like, I've been saving casings, not really diligently, but I'm like, reloading isn't quite cost effective. Well, if I bought the crap then, it would have been cost effective now.
That's right. I've got friends that bought tens of thousands of primers way back when, and they're still reloading 9mm for 10 cents.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
those were the days.
I miss that. I remember 2000. Let's see, it was, I guess, December 2019, right before things just went insane, and I bought my last normal 1,000 rounds for. It was 115 grain brass FMJ for $179 shipped, and I was so mad that I had to pay that much. But then after that, things went nuts with COVID and all that stuff. Kind of shifted the dynamic of everything in our world. And but up until recently, I mean, 9mm was back to like $239 or so per 1,000 rounds.
Yeah.
I think it got to the
22 cents a round.
Yeah. I think it got to like the best place it had been since pre-COVID, and then I think some things are changing now. 2024 is going to be an interesting time for ammo. I think we'll see. So it says 2A Dad Keith is the best. Tell 2A Mom to get Dad and the boys a Barrett 50 BMG.
Yes.
That's a good move.
She's sitting right here. She heard it.
Nice.
Yeah. You know how much cheap 50 BMG is?
Yeah, it's nothing. You guys can just
cheap 50 BMG is like $3 a round.
Yeah. Well, you can still find it for $3 a round.
Maybe not. It's like $4 a round.
You may have just talked me into a 50.
I know an early Christmas present that everybody watching could get these boys, and it's votes.
Yes.
Oh,
the Gundies.
Yeah. So Gundies.
Year on thegundies.com.
Yes.
So what category are they?
They are in Breakout Creator of the Year, and they've got a Video of the Year.
Nice.
Okay, good. So you can vote twice.
Yeah, for the next 3 days, I think. Today, tomorrow, and the day after.
15th.
Yep. Yeah,
Beautiful.
and our buddy John Crump is voice of the 2A. So
Yep.
Yeah. So you guys make sure when you're going to the Gundies to vote, because you can vote every 24 hours.
Yeah.
You can vote for the 2A boys for Breakout Creator, and also you said Video of the Year,
Video of the year. Yeah.
Video of the Year, and also
I'm gonna
vote
do
for
that right now.
John Crump for top voice of the 2A. Let's make sure we
That'd be
support
awesome.
our people.
We're blown away to be on the list. I mean,
That's awesome.
who like I said, who'd have thought that 2 years ago, what started as let's get Grant or James some shooting lessons turns into breakout creator of the year on the Gundies.com.
Yeah, I think it's the voice of the people. They love the content. They love, it's if people are making content and it's not making a splash, then it's like I haven't been nominated for the Gundies, and I likely need to make some changes to my content. Well, that's not true. One year I was on the list, but I didn't make the final cut. But I think it's important that we acknowledge how great you guys are doing. So that's huge. Everyone, make sure you go out and vote for them.
Vote for Crumpy right now.
Yeah, and vote for Crump too for top voices at the 2A. He does so much for the community too, and
Behind the scenes, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not just focused towards one particular area. He is nationwide reporting on everything he can. So I love that about him.
That's very important, especially in today's world. There might be a report coming out on us, not just us focused, but kid fluencers focused.
So was what or paper? Where was that going to be?
In USA Today.
Oh, okay. Because
Oh.
I just did a story, so they must be getting ready to publish a series of stories. Because one of our viewers, Nick, got a knock on the door about a fluid trap from the ATF,
Okay.
and he had his cell phone in his hand, and he recorded what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And they made Nick out in a bad light.
Yeah.
But what they didn't mention is twice after that they went to his work and harassed him and his employer
Mm-hmm.
at the office.
Wow.
So I wouldn't count on USA Today being good folks, but we'll see what happens. And you guys are welcome back on to talk about it after they publish their piece.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with it, but I'm not. It stems from a report that the Sandy Hook Foundation put together a few months ago. It's titled "Untargeting Kids," and it's claiming that the firearms industry is marketing specifically to kids.
Oh my goodness.
And trying to.
So in between Saturday morning cartoons, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, they're talking about the fact that every manufacturer they make a youth model rifle. I've never seen it specifically marketed to kids like on Saturday morning cartoons. But again, we go back the heritage of our country, of our nation. Kids are in the woods hunting.
Yeah, they don't understand that typically they're marketing that towards the parents who can have the option of purchasing that for their children. And it's free commerce, and this is literally what our nation was birthed upon, the ability to preserve innocent life, right, and to do so safely. And it's just crazy that we're even in this place right now.
So as part of that report, they also brought up the kids' social media pages. We were not named specifically in that report. I think it was because our page was not as influential at the time. If they had seen it, if they were doing the report now and saw it, I think they would have had a heyday.
Yeah.
But
crazy.
I was contacted by USA Today last week, and he referenced that report. I was given a heads up by some of the people named in the report that they had been contacted, and they reached out to me, said, "Hey, look out!" And
what was the reporter's name?
Nick I don't know. I know his first name is Nick. His last name begins with a P. He's from Wisconsin. Hang on.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to look for the article. Now I'm hitting the paywall.
I wonder if that's the same reporter that got NBC Ralph in trouble.
He spoke. I think he did mention a solvent trap report.
Mhm.
That I think that may have been him.
Wow.
But
Well,
the report that I don't think it's been released yet. I asked him to send me.
Oh yeah, Nick did the solvent trap story.
Yep.
Nick Penzen.
Yeah,
Whatever.
you see my struggle.
Nick P.
Nick P. So I just spoke to him on Friday. So I think he was trying to finish it up this week. So
well, everyone's a target. You guys, I think, just keep pushing out the truth. There's
right.
just something beautiful and pure about the truth, and that's this is for safety and for the preservation of our culture and the preservation of innocent life, and we need to continue telling the truth.
We're about raising men, raising the warriors. Men are the protectors.
Yep.
Amen.
Absolutely.
These kids don't sit in front of the TV and play video games. They're learning it in real life.
That's
beautiful.
Excellent.
And I mean it's not just it's real life skills. That's not the only life skill. They drive. They drive around our place here. You've seen them driving Humvees.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
They work with their hands. They're outside. They're splitting wood. We got fire burning here, cooking.
That's awesome.
Me.
Yeah, and if you guys
doing man stuff.
Yep, we're all about raising men.
Amen.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And for you guys out there, I did post a short a while back, and I zoomed in on these guys. So, Grant, you were driving the Humvee,
Yes.
and you were on the passenger side running your AR.
Yeah.
Eric was on top running the M2.
The 50.
Yeah, go watch that video. Just seeing this, it was just beautiful. Okay, it was beautiful. Seeing them all work in concert like that, and I said this backstage, but I'll say it here too. Watching this expert level magazine change, where he actually grabbed the magazine, ripped it out, tossed it, pulled another one, threw it in, bam, and just went right back to work. It was just like, man, you've done that before. It was just,
and that was so cool that Eric let us put that together with him.
Yeah.
Because we put that together in about a half an hour. It was,
that's awesome.
Mike with Batcave, he said, Eric's probably going to want to drive my Humvee at some point during the event. You need to be standing next to him and tell him you want to drive.
That's awesome.
Nice.
So we pulled them together and they put they briefed themselves on the halftime mission and pulled it off.
Yeah, that was
Blew
great.
Everybody away.
Yeah, that was really good content.
And if you go to our page, I've got it from my angle too.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Footage.
Yep.
So I got the up close deal.
Yeah. Yeah. It was good stuff.
That was good stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I want to wrap up here. And like I said, you're welcome back anytime you want. If you want to talk about USA Today, we can talk about the article when it comes out. Tell everybody how to find you.
You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at the 2A Boys. And then through that, you can find the boys' individual pages, Grant _ the 2A Boys, James _ the 2A Boys. We've also got the 2A Dad, the 2A Mom, and even 2A Tootsie, our dog. The 2A Girls.
Oh, cool.
The girls have a page too now if you want to see some ballet and guns.
Nice. That's excellent.
That's really cool. You guys are welcome to jump on my channel too,
Awesome.
anytime. So, I would love to kind of push your story out there even further.
Great. We appreciate it. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
And vote for the Gundies.
Yep.
Great
Yeah.
Oh,
House
yeah.
Theater of the Year.
Yep.
In
Yep,
video
that's-
of the year.
And video of the
That's
year. Yep.
exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. Congrats to you guys. And thanks everybody for tuning in. And you can find me at DLD After Dark on YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, Instagram, all DLD After Dark. And what about you, Rich? Where can people find you?
FlyingRich.com and Flying Rich on YouTube, Flying Rich Official on Instagram, and that's about it. So, Dark, you're doing a show tonight. What time?
Yeah, so I'll be doing a show at 10 p.m. Eastern. We were originally going to have on Clint with Classic Firearms. This is the second time. He's one of the most requested guests to come back on, but he had something come up with it family related, so he had to move it to Thursday. So he'll be on Thursday, but you know me, I'll still be doing the show, and I will make sure that we have a valuable show for you guys.
Good deal.
Very cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah,
Thank you
awesome.
for having us.